Bliss everyone, welcome to another weekly reading live here on my page. Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. I'm so excited to connect with you as always. Today is going to be a beautiful reading for this week, the week of the 24th today all the way to the 3rd of March. We're entering a brand new month this week, so we've got a lot of energy coming up for us and a lot of things to talk about. So I'm so excited to get into it with you. I want to start by reviewing some of what happened last week so that we can get a good idea of how we've been moving through last week and entering in this new week, and then we'll go from there, okay? Hey everyone, good to see you. Thanks for joining me here. All right, so let's review last week a little bit. The cards for last week, hi Terry. The cards for last week were Give Back. It was the beginning of the week for giving back, which was really great because we had the Give Back card at the end of the week for the reading before that, and then we had Give Back again for the beginning of the week. So we were really, really focused on giving back, giving our love, giving our compassion, giving out our talents and our gifts to those who need it, lending a helping hand in any way that we can, and really allowing ourselves to be unconditional in that service. So I hope that you gave back something in the beginning of the week, and if you haven't yet, or if you haven't had the time or whatever it is, try to put that in your priority list so that you can just feel what it feels like and how good it feels to give back and to provide service and love for people who need it, okay? Now we also had the Chariot card in the middle of the week, which was really great. Oh, that's so great that you gave your neighbor some baby clothes and a stroller. Yes, giving back, giving things that you don't need anymore. That's a great, great example of releasing things that you no longer need and giving back, giving people who need those things, because that's so important. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with like the centering of this. Okay. So then the middle of the week card was Chariot, okay? I did a couple of videos on my Instagram, if you follow me at Readings by Rissa, at the beginning of the week about the pain body and about how the chariot of the pain body acts in our life and what it does and how it moves us. And really the chariot is our energy field, our ability to move our energy in any given direction and to allow our energy to move us in any given direction. So that's essentially what the chariot is on a general scale, but we also talk about what chariots that we are existing in, which are the body of us. So we have a physical body, a spiritual body, emotional body, mental body, and then I also spoke about the pain body last week because we were releasing the pain body and becoming more aware of it so that we could understand its use and how to use it and navigate it more fluidly, given the fact that we were releasing a lot last week and feeling into some duality as well. So I spoke about that on Instagram. Definitely go check out my page at Readings by Rissa if you want to watch those videos. I also did a video later on in the week. I think it was Friday or Thursday, or I can't remember when it was actually. Might have been Wednesday. But it was another video about the different bodies that we have, all of the different aspects of our body and how we can come into unity with it. I think it was the Thursday meditation actually, where we really honored the chariots of our being and every kind of essence that we have that moves us in a certain way energetically. So that was really beautiful. Now we also had at the end of the week, Inspiration and Wisdom card, okay? That was a beautiful card letting us know that we're moving into more inspiration and wisdom this week and that we were feeling into that at the end of the week. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to experience and to understand, especially because even though I didn't talk a lot about it last week, I did do a video on my Instagram page about the portal that we experienced on Friday, the 222 portal. That was an amazing energy, but it was also incredibly intense. So if any of you felt some duality or some awareness of things that you were really needing to hone back in or rebalance, recalibrate, that was all what that 222 portal was about finding our balance, realizing where our duality was over excessive or under excessive, where we were acknowledging our duality, where we weren't, where we were able to find balance in that duality. Remember, we have to acknowledge both aspects of ourselves, the light and the shadow, at least to understand it, to understand the shadow. It doesn't mean we want to act out of the shadow all the time, but it's allowing us to accept ourselves in the shadow and notice where we need to balance and when that shadow is starting to get a little bit out of hand. So if you've experienced some of those situations or feelings or thoughts or emotions that were just centered in more of that shadow aspect, or you just felt more of that duality, that was definitely part of the 222 portal. But we should be all on the other side of it today. And if you're not on the other side of it yet, that's okay. By next week, we will be fully back into harmony, and we'll really be enjoying that sense of mind, body, soul connection and balance. So don't worry if you're not out of that portal yet, or if you're still feeling some duality or some kind of imbalances. Know that there is still a adapting kind of energy right now for this week. We're still adapting to this shift over the next 7 days, but then by the 3rd of March, we will be back into harmony and balance. Okay, remember 3 is the mind, body, soul balance, and we have 2 3s, actually 3 3s, with the 2019 being a 3 year as well. So lots of harmony and balance coming our way if we haven't achieved it yet, okay? So that was the last week review. I wanted to talk about that a little bit more than I usually do just because of that portal. So if you want to know more about that portal, go watch that video I did on Friday on my Instagram page at Readings by Rissa as well, where you can see what I talk about with the portal a little bit more in detail. Okay, so I want to go into this week. I'm ready to do that now if you all are, for the week of 2/24 to 3/3. Super exciting week. We're moving into a new month. And I want to start off with the spirit messages that I received for this month, or this week, I should say, and kind of this month, actually. It kind of goes together. And then I'll go into astrology and numerology and the cards after. So the spirit messages that I received, first of all, I did my first public channeling event last night on Saturday night at Abundant Space in Scottsdale, Arizona. So if you're in Arizona, or if you know anybody in Arizona, let them know that I will be doing a public channeling event once a month at that space. And it went really great last night. We had a great turnout and some amazing messages that came forth. We had Mary Magdalene come forth, and I also had Master Merlin come forth as well. So we had channeled messages from both. And it was really beautiful to have that experience, especially on such a powerful day right after that 222 portal. And I want to just share a couple of the messages that I got there. I'm going to do it really briefly and give you just a little bit of an overview. And then I also will be selecting my favorite audio clips out of that channeling and posting it on YouTube eventually. But definitely, if you're in Arizona, or if you know anybody who is, or you get a chance to come out, definitely come out and see it live, because it's so fun to be able to channel messages for the collective and whoever shows up, and everybody was able to ask questions, and it was just beautiful. So Mary Magdalene came forth and talked about non-separation, understanding the purpose of not separating yourself and not seeing separation in the world. It was a really beautiful message in response to that duality consciousness and balancing in our duality that we were experiencing on the portal day the day before. So it was really cool that she came forth with that message. She also spoke about unconditional love and how important it was for us all to really feel compassion and love in our heart, and to share compassion and love, and to really challenge ourselves to push past any energy outside of compassion and love, and only send love and compassion to others, and to feel it within our being, because that's really truly what the whole Christ consciousness is about, and that's what she and Jesus Christ represent. So it's really great to have that message. And then also Master Merlin came forth with some really cool information about the elements. He talked about the elements of the universe, water, fire, earth, air, and how important they were for manifestation, and also how important they were for understanding yourself, and how everyone has a specific element that they are connected to that is more in tune with their own path and purpose, and part of their fuel for their life. So that was really cool to hear his take on elements and to have him talk about that. He also spoke about the inner child, as he usually does, so it was really fun to hear his messages there. So I thought that was just really on point with what we were experiencing right now. And for the Master Merlin message with elements, I think that that's going to be something that will progress even more for the rest of the year, as we get into more manifestation and understanding our own ability to create with what we have here on this earth, and what we have here in this mind and in this heart. Okay, so really cool information there. Now, as far as more specific spirit messages that I got for this week, before I started this reading, I jotted down some of the messages I was getting in my meditation this morning. And the first one was that we're really using new wisdom and fresh energy to make something happen for ourselves. And that's what this week is about, is we're using that new wisdom that we just gained from that releasing of the pain body last week, releasing of anything that doesn't serve us, letting go of the endings and completions fully and finding complete healing, and then moving into a balance of duality. All of that allowed us to gain new wisdom about ourselves, new wisdom about the world, new wisdom about how we interact within the world, and what we can do now to make something for ourselves from that wisdom. And that's what we really want to focus on this week. Also, the fresh energy. We really came through kind of a rebirth this week, feeling into a new level of awareness and consciousness within ourselves, a new understanding of who we are and what we want to be. So with that new fresh energy, we're able to move more fluidly into this divine reset that we talked about last week and really feel the freshness of it, feel that new capacity within our being to hold love and compassion, new ideas, new intuition, new connections with spirit. All of the things we let go of last week and ended, we're able to clear away and leave more room now for our new beginning, our fresh start, our fresh energy, our fresh ability to gain new wisdom and to use that new wisdom and new inspiration to create with. So that's what we're feeling right now. We're feeling into the new fresh body and the new fresh energy that we're holding on to now, and we were blessed and gifted with this weekend. So enjoy that, enjoy the wisdom, enjoy the inspiration. If you're not feeling it quite yet, if you're still going through a little bit of that duality, it's okay. Know that this is something you'll have to look forward to at the other side, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep meditating, keep self-reflecting, keep clearing and releasing any energy cords that don't serve you, and keep finding balance. And when you do, when you get to that sweet spot where you're on the other side of that portal, you will feel refreshed, rejuvenated, revitalized, and ready to create new things. So get ready for that. It's going to be an amazing month. Now, in reference to that, I thought it was really cool because we are moving into March, this brand new month, and with the new month comes a brand new card for the month relating to my month or my yearly reading, my annual reading at the beginning of the year that I did for 2019. And the third card that I pulled for the third month, March, was Divine Intelligence from Metatron. You can go back to that reading. It's on the playlist for the weekly readings under annual 2019 card reading. And it was a great card to pull for March because it makes so much sense right now, especially with the energy that we've been moving into, with the energy at the end of the week being inspiration and wisdom, with this energy of this new week moving into new wisdom and feeling into that inspiration and starting to create with it. And then we have that Divine Intelligence card for March, really letting us know that yes, this is the month where we really access our divine intelligence and we start to use it for our manifestation and our creation and our ability to sync up with the flow of the universe. So that is going to be creating so many new opportunities, so much new growth and abundance for us all, and so much more of a content, graceful, and fluid progression in our path instead of kind of trying to find our footing and trying to walk a straight line like we were before in 2018, where we still didn't know everything or how to do it all or how to clear things or how to amplify energy and how to manifest. Now we're really getting into this divine intelligence, this divine wisdom of all of that, and we're finding a way to master that ability to navigate that flow of the universe and know that when we have a situation that we don't like or that doesn't serve us, we know how to set boundaries or walk away or move into a different energy. We know how to clear and transmute energy. We know how to ground and clear and connect with the universe and nature. We know all of these things that have really allowed us to find a new grace in our path and our spiritual ability. And that is what is something so beautiful to be grateful for. Also, new body, new light, okay? New body, new light. And this is a beautiful message because it is about feeling into the new body that we have and the new light that we have. It goes right along with that new energy, that fresh energy. And we feel a new light in our body. We feel a new activation of that presence of light. And we can really tune into that more frequently whenever we're feeling a little bit out of alignment with it. We can really hone into that new light. How do you continue to love fully while still protecting one's own boundaries? Good question. You can love people from a distance. If you need to make boundaries for people, if you need to create a time for yourself away from certain people because maybe it's just not serving you, or you're just not feeling good around those people, or it's just bringing you down in some way, and you need to set those boundaries, you can still love them unconditionally. You can still give them love. Even if you're not speaking to them or interacting with them as often, you can meditate and send them unconditional love. You can meditate on compassion for them. You can meditate on understanding their perspectives more and finding non-separation between you, releasing any separate energy, releasing any contrast, and you can send them unconditional love by meditating and by breathing deeply and by putting that intention forth. You can also simply give unconditional love by not judging them for the reasons why you're setting boundaries, but just simply setting the boundaries that you need for your own sense of self, and knowing that those boundaries don't come with judgments of their behavior or judgments against them on why you had to create the boundary. You just honor them for who they are and realize that for whatever reason, the way that they interact with you in that way requires you to have a boundary, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people or that they are harmful or that they're even conscious of any issues that they may be making or creating for you. That in fact, this is just something that is unique to you, and you can love them unconditionally, and love them unconditionally for the fact that they might even not know that they do this, or that they do this for a reason that you might not even understand the reason. Maybe there's a deeper reason because of their pain and trauma in the past, or their inability to clear pain, or their inability to see the truth that they have within them or connect with their spirit. And those things are things to not judge people over, but to love them unconditionally and pray for them for that awareness, and pray that they will get that guidance when they need it, and that they will wake up to those things when they need to. And in the meantime, you can send them love and compassion on their journey until they're ready to wake up to that part of that themselves as well. So those are a couple ways to just send unconditional love from a distance. You can always love people from a distance when you're setting boundaries. And they'll still receive it. They'll still receive that love, even if they don't consciously know that you're sending that love. They'll still receive it some way, especially when they get into the receiving mode of feeling that energy. Maybe when they're falling asleep, or maybe when they think about you the next time, they feel this sense of love from you, this sense of peace. And that's something that they will be able to tune into if they're open to it. So just trust that if you send the love, they will receive it when they're meant to. All right, a couple other spirit messages before we move into the astrology and numerology. Heart freedom. Heart freedom is a big theme this week, moving into the ability to feel our liberation within our heart, our capacity to love more than we've ever loved, to expand in the heart space, to forgive more than we've ever forgiven, not just others, but ourselves for anything that we've made mistakes or misjudgments on in the past, knowing that those were all for a reason. And all of those things that we talked about last week with really moving through into a complete healing is what's coming forth for our heart freedom now. We're feeling that new capacity, not only in our being, but in our heart, to love and to show love and to feel love and to receive love and to see love more easily and more frequently. So that's a beautiful thing. And then the last thing I will say, actually the last two things I'll say, is that there is a lot of root chakra support going on for everyone right now. I was getting that message. I'm actually playing some root chakra tones in the background for root chakra support. So root chakra is all about supporting yourself, feeling a sense of being able to provide for yourself, to keep yourself in a healthy state of being, to provide for your well-being financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually supporting, and also connecting with the earth is about the root chakra as well, connecting to the individual aspect of you that is connected to the earth, Mother Earth. So if you're interested in more root chakra support, or interested in more things about the root chakra, there is a video that I did on my YouTube page all about the chakras, and it's got a ton of information about all of the chakras, especially the root, and you can watch that and kind of figure out what messages you might need for root chakra support there. But really for this week, it's about knowing that you are supported, knowing that you are supported in this new shift and this new energy that we just walked into. A lot of us have been walking into the unknown, into unknown territory, new jobs, maybe no job, new relationships, maybe no relationship, the newness of that path of something that we're not aware of, that we haven't experienced yet, and just not knowing what's going to happen next. Know that you are supported. The root chakra is here supporting you. The universe has sent you into these changes and into these shifts and into these endings and into these unknown places. So trust that if the universe sent you there, which it did, that the universe has a plan for you and that you are supported, and that you don't have to know all of the details. You don't have to know what's coming up next. You just have to trust that it's all meant to be and it's all in divine order, and that your intuition will guide you along the way. So feel into your intuition. Make sure you're tapped into it. Make sure you're meditating or doing something that gets you tuned into your intuition, pulling cards, playing with pendulums, crystals, seeing the signs and looking up the signs and researching and journaling about the signs you see in your life. Those are ways to stay in tune with your intuition so that it can continue guiding you and you can continue paying attention and noticing the guidance that you're getting from it. And then lastly, what do you want to do with the new wisdom that you've gained from last week? What do you want to do with it? That's what this week is going into, and we'll talk about that in the astrology and numerology right now as well, is what do you want to do with the new wisdom that you've just gained and the divine intelligence that's being granted to us this week? Really think about that. What are some things that you've always been inspired to do? What have you always wanted to learn more about when it comes to human history, your own personal history, your ancestry, the divine intelligence of the world, the universe, how quantum physics works, how metaphysics works, how the cosmos interact and navigate in that universe, how that all happens. Think about the things that you've always wanted to know, and what do you want to do with that knowledge? So go seek the knowledge, go start researching that stuff, and then when you figure out what you want to do with it, start acting on it, start creating something from that, start sharing that knowledge, start doing something that will evolve and expand your ability to give back that knowledge, right? We talked about give back, and that's going to stay a theme for this month. I really feel that strongly. So find ways to give back what you're learning and use your divine knowledge for a purpose. All right, a couple of astrology and numerology things here, and then we'll get into cards. So on 2/27, which is Wednesday, the sun will sextile Mars, which means that it will be coming into a communication with Mars and really connecting with Mars in that way. And so that means that we're going to feel a lot of energy, tons of energy. The sun is all about fuel, energy, action, pursuit, that solar charge, and Mars is as well. Mars is about passion and moving forward and activation and activity. So we're going to feel a lot of energized energy. We're going to feel excited. We're going to feel ready to act on our passion. The only thing that you want to be a little bit careful of with this sun and Mars connection is that there are some impulsive energies with that at times, and sometimes we can feel a little impatient by running a little bit ahead of schedule. We might run a little bit farther than we need to. So make sure that you're not, you're not letting your head run away with your heart and just not getting a lot of that patience. So you want to really be patient. You want to really be graceful in that activity and that activation. Also, let's see, what else? On the 28th, on Friday, the last day of February, the moon enters Capricorn, that earth sign. Again, we're going to feel another earthly moon energy, which means that your emotions will start to feel more grounded. You'll start to understand your emotions more. You'll start to feel more in control of your emotions. You'll start to feel more supported by your emotions. And you'll start to have a really strong earthly connection to your emotions, something that's supportive and organized and structured for you. You'll also feel the moon sextiling the sun as well at the end of the week, which means that we're going to find that balance. We're going to find that harmony. And we talked about that a little bit just a second ago with entering that full sense of harmony on the 3rd, which is that Sunday. So on the weekend, on Friday, we'll really start to find that balance from that moon sextiling the sun, which will be so great because the divine feminine of the moon will meet the divine masculine of the sun, and they will feel completely harmonized and balanced there. The union will be clear. We will feel at one with everything, and we will know exactly what we need to do. There will be a really beautiful, blissful day on the last day of February, so that's going to be great. Now, the moon will also be trining Mars as well over the weekend. And that's going to also have another Mars influence, another aspect of passion. We talked about passion a couple weeks ago, and that was a really precursor for this energy, I feel. And so the passion with the moon is going, the Mars with the moon, that passion with that nurturing energy, that intuitive energy is going to be beautiful, because it's going to give us even more balance and nurturing, and our ability to nurture ourselves, to nurture others, to find balance there, and to also feel nurtured by spirit, and inspired by spirit, and inspired by our intuition. So if you're a creative person, if you're an artistic person, let yourself create a lot this week. Let yourself come up with new projects, feel into the new energy after this portal of the 222 this weekend, and just enjoy the new wisdom that you're creating with, and let that evolve. And then let's see, what else did I write here? The Venus on 3-1, that would be, what is that? Oh, I guess that is Friday. So Thursday, I'm sorry guys, Thursday was the 28th, not Friday. But the last day of February is what I was just talking about. And then Friday, the first day of March, is going to be all about that new energy. It's going to be the kind of first marker of a harmony for us, that first bit of harmony that we're feeling after finding it over February and really entering that balance now. And then we're also going to have Venus squaring Uranus, which means that our heart lines, we might have some unexpected heart line connections, some unexpected love connections, and some unexpected connections just via the heart with others. And then we'll also be focusing on beauty as well. And Venus enters Aquarius, and Venus is actually ruled by Aquarius as well over the weekend on the 1st. So we're going to feel more intuition, more fun, more spontaneous energy as well. We're going to really enjoy that sense of holding our emotions and feeling that connection of unity and bliss of sharing our emotions and understanding our emotions as well with that Aquarius energy. All right? So that is, oh, and then last thing for numerology, I'll say for 3-3 next Sunday, exactly a week from now, we'll have the full harmony achieved. I said that earlier with the 3. Sorry, my hair is going crazy right now. So 3 is the harmony achieved. Okay, so we have 3 for March, then we have 3 on that day on Sunday, and then 2019 is also a 3 year. So we're having a 3-3-3 lineup there. It's going to be a beautiful day to really feel into synchronicities, understand our emotions and our connection with spirit, understand all of the things that have been coming into our existence and why, and feel into a really beautiful, balanced, graceful energy with that. So enjoy that. That's going to be kind of like a portal as well. All right, and the last thing I will say in reference to the March monthly card that I talked about, Divine Intelligence with Metatron, we really want to focus on that this month and really harbor in all of the Divine Intelligence we have. But I also was guided to speak about the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine card, just to remind us of that annual reading that I did at the beginning of 2019. Specifically, the Divine Feminine card of 2019, that energy's focus was to speak up, to speak your truth, to feel connected with your truth, with your voice, allow your voice to be a healing voice for yourself and for others, and to not hold anything back with communication or voice. Your power of your voice is strong for the divine feminine aspects of us. So we want to be reminding ourselves of that theme for the entire year. So I'm just bringing that up as part of the divine intelligence as well, that we want to be focused on. And then the divine masculine card for 2019 was compassion. And that really struck out to me today because I was reflecting on Mary Magdalene's message that I channeled last night, and it was all about compassion and love. And so the divine masculine within us is really encouraged to focus fully on compassion and love, and to not let any other energies cloud that perspective. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead now and take some nice deep cleansing breaths to get us into the vibe, to get us ready to pull some cards for this week, 224 to 33. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. Nice deep breath in. And an exhale to relax. Another deep breath in of gratitude and connection with our divine intelligence and wisdom. Big exhale to relax. And next inhale, biggest one yet, opening up to all of the spirit guides messages through the cards for this week, 224 to 33 of 2019, with a big exhale to relax. All right. I'm going to pull from the Voyager deck first. We haven't pulled from them in a while. And I want to ask for the first part of the week. What are we focusing on? What are we focusing on, or what do we need to know? Here it is. All right. Middle of the week, getting a spirit messages pull here. For the middle of the week, what are we to expect and focus on? What do we want to or need to know? Oh, these are choosy. Yep, 2 cards for the middle of the week. Awesome. And then let's balance it out with some Goddess Isis energy for the end of the week. Feeling into, whoa, I think that was it, guys. She was ready. Okay, so let's see what we got. For the beginning of the week, we have, I'm gonna tie my hair back actually, because this is kind of bugging me. Okay, so beginning of the week, what are we focusing on? Wow, this is great. Brilliance, brilliance. I love these cards. I love the collage. All these crystals here amidst a bunch of landscapes. There's fireworks in the background, a galaxy in the background, a beautiful landscape of the desert and of the sky, and then a ton of crystals in the middle. And it's really cool because this kind of collage of crystals in the middle reminds me of the new planet that was found by the astronomers on December 22nd. I think I talked to you all about it. There was a reading that I did about 4 weeks before, maybe 2 to 3 weeks before, 2 to 4 weeks before they found this planet. And I did a reading for someone and I actually saw this planet, and it was a cluster of, it was a planet made of a cluster of rubies, sapphires, and crystals. And I just told the person in the reading, I don't really know why I'm seeing this, but for some reason this is important. And I'm seeing this planet made of crystals. And then 2 to 4 weeks later, the astronomers found a planet made of crystals in the Cassiopeia constellation near the Milky Way. And it literally looked almost exactly like this in my mind's eye when I saw it. And it was made of rubies, sapphires, and amethyst and other crystals, just for the astronomers when they found it. So pretty cool. You guys can research that and check that out. It's the Cassiopeia constellation. You can just look up planet discovered made of crystals on December 22nd, 2018, and you'll see it. And we're focusing on brilliance, okay? So this is all where we're getting that from, this energy of brilliance, this new revitalized energy, this exciting energy, this new light in the body, like I spoke about, new body, new light, fresh energy. We're moving into that brilliance from the divine wisdom we've activated from that portal on Friday, and from all of the work we did last week on releasing and fully healing from complete endings. And now we're entering our brilliance in the beginning of the week, and we're really expressing our brilliance. Remember, don't forget to shine. Let yourself shine. Let yourself smile all day if you're inspired to. Let yourself smile at strangers and encourage them to smile back. Hold the door open for someone. You know, give someone a random gift or a random act of kindness. Allow your brilliance, your shine, your love to be a part of the light of the world, okay? All right. I wish I could read your comments. I just saw somebody talk about the planet. Maybe I can. I don't even know. I can't. I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out. One of these days I'll figure out how to really connect with all of you as you're writing messages. But I love you all for writing them, because I do see some of them. I just can't always reply right away. All right, so for the middle of the week, we've got 2 cards. The first card is to receive. Receive. Now, before I read the message, and you can probably already read it, but before I read the message, what I'm getting for this for the middle of the week is to receive the understandings and the clarity and the real connection to the divine intelligence that we've been gaining, and to really understand and receive what it feels like to find that harmony that comes with that balance of understanding all of the things that we've just been given, the information that we've been given, and also how to apply it to our life. There's a balance there, and just trying to embody that energy. So we're receiving the harmony of embodiment there with the divine wisdom, and then we're also receiving new energy. We're receiving new awareness, new intuition, new activation, new pride and confidence in our intuition from this new energy that we just stepped into, okay? Now it also says, you are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. Now it is time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. This is a great card reminding us of the give back over the last couple of weeks, and now letting us know that because we've given back so much the past couple of weeks, it's now time to receive. We are in that ebb and flow, the tide. And so we're now able to receive energy that we've given out. And this is how that goes, that cycle. So after we've received a lot of it, we're going to give more. So we just keep feeling into that. So now we can open up to receiving this week, open up to receiving from all the things we've given out and given back over the last couple of weeks. And also in the middle of the card, or in the middle of the week, this is really cool, caregiver, which is really funny because they're talking about receiving, but they're also talking about being the caregiver. And also, what does that mean? What does that mean to be a caregiver? We talk about giving back versus being a caregiver, all right? So giving back is giving our gifts, our services, our skills, things that we don't need anymore, giving them to people who need them. But being a caregiver is now focusing on caring, compassion, love, unconditional love, non-judgment, being a nurturing spirit to people, being able to feel into that aspect of ourselves, the nurturer, okay? So we can give still from that place of nurturance. And when we do that, we also open up to receiving that same nurturance and love from others. So let me read the card for the caregiver for more information. It says, we are with you, and spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives. Just as you received care and love at the start of your life, caregivers often focus all of their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. So this is reminding you that yes, we are caregivers, we are nurturers, but we also want to nurture ourselves. We don't want to caregive or give to the point of not, to the point of neglecting ourselves. So that's really where we're finding that. And that does relate a lot to that receiving, reminding ourselves to still receive the care that we're giving out, to still find ways to give ourselves love and attention and bliss. All right. Aw, I just read your comment about your husband and his back. I hope he feels better. And that's really sweet that you're able to help him. That's really what it's about, is giving that care and loving and nurturing the people in our lives and the people that we know that need it. All right, let's see what the end of the week has to offer us. Serpent of Fire from Goddess Isis. Wow. Let me read it to you. It says, do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have ever been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. So this is all about activating that new capacity of wisdom, that new ability to realize that you are stronger and more powerful now than you have ever been before. Knowing that the past standards no longer apply to you. You're at a new level. You're at a rise level, a new expectation, a new standard that is going to bring you new abundance and new bliss. And you are entering that with the help of Goddess Isis. And you will be able to learn all that you're capable of with this divine intelligence and wisdom that we've been giving and been getting. So that is a beautiful reading, such a great reading. Let's review it real quick. Brilliance in the beginning of the week. We're stepping into our light. We're feeling into our light. We're expressing our light. We're feeling that shine within us, shine onto the world. Middle of the week, we're receiving things that we've given back, the love, the care, the nurturance that we've given back. And we're also remembering to care for others and love others unconditionally, and also to not neglect ourselves in the process, to make sure that we're receiving the same care that we give back, and that we're opening up to receiving it and putting ourselves in situations to receive it. Making sure you're going and giving yourself self-care, going to different workshops, different meditation groups, different spiritual gatherings that can really refresh and rejuvenate your energy if you've been giving a lot of it out. And then the end of the week is really just feeling into the divine power, the new capability that you have, the new standards and the new activations and the new level that you've reached with all of this energy over the last couple weeks. guidance, and that divine intelligence, that divine wisdom finally finding a place in your being and letting you know all of what you are capable of. All right? What a great reading. I love you all. A couple of announcements I was going to talk about. Let's see. A couple announcements. Just like this video, share it with anybody that you feel needs some intuitive energy or intuitive advice or guidance this week. Definitely share this reading if you liked it. Comment below on how you resonated. Let me know how you're feeling this week throughout the week. Keep commenting throughout the week because I love to read the updates on how you're going and how the cards are playing out for you in the week as well. And share this page. Also subscribe to it if you haven't already. Subscribe to the page and tap the bell for notifications because that way you can find out when I release new content. Because sometimes I just release a random video just because I felt like it, or I did a channeling and I just released something. So you won't know it unless you tap the bell. So make sure you tap the bell for notifications and listen to my album Spirit Junkie over the weekend. Or over the weekend and the week. Maybe you'll get some more divine wisdom and divine intelligence from that. I do a lot of spiritual speak in my music, and the album is called Spirit Junkie. It's available on all streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, Tidal, YouTube. It's also on a playlist on my YouTube page. If you look at the playlist, the whole album is there. Also, all the music videos I've filmed so far, 7 out of 9 of them I've filmed. So definitely check out that music. Let that energy move you. Let it be part of your brilliance that shines through, and just enjoy this week. This week is going to be beautiful. All right. So I will see you soon. I will see you next week at the same time, same day next week for another weekly reading. Thank you so much for all of the love of my music and all the love of my content and my readings. I appreciate you all for joining me here every week and for sharing this content with people who need it. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next week for another reading.